Hello, I'm Hat, and welcome to another Anecdote Thursday. Today's lesson occurred while I was part of a pre-med program for post-baccalaureate students at Loyola University, Chicago, the Lakefront campus. I was very lucky to be in that program, and I learned quite a bit, but unfortunately, life got in the way, and I had to drop out. That said, I had some very good times in that program and learned more than I could have hoped to. And one of the things I learned was don't put that in your mouth. With that said, let's get to it. The story in question happened during one of our Thursday night chemistry lab sessions. I believe this was Inorganic 2. We were given the assignment of determining what an unknown rock contained. I had an idea immediately because I know what lead tastes like. I know what lead smells like. I have been shooting for long enough to have been exposed to airborne lead in less than well-ventilated shooting ranges. So I figured I'd take a hunch. I took my sample from the TA and popped it in my mouth. He was aghast. He could form no words while I swirled that rock around in my mouth, trying to taste just a hint of lead to see if I could beat all the other students by 2 hours in naming my substance. Before I could come up with an answer, he reached for my mouth and yelled, "Take that out right now." He was a Chinese student, but I won't do the accent, even though it made it so much funnier. But I relented and took it out, and he, of course, did not want to grab it from me. So I took a towel off one of the tables and wiped it off. No one knew what was going on. Something like this had never happened before. We all gathered round, me to his right side, beaming. He points at me and says, "This guy just put his sample in his mouth. Never do that. Never put your samples in your mouths." And of course, people started laughing hysterically because who would be stupid enough to put their sample in their mouth? I mean, seriously, who could be that dumb? And then they all noticed he was pointing at me, and they really started laughing because I was a cut up in the class, as you might expect. Um, but anyway, I didn't taste any lead, so I knew at least that wasn't in my sample. And when I got to my station and did the first run of tests, I was quick enough to run 2 tests to confirm my results. Sure enough, that first test came up with lead, and the second test came up with lead also. Yep, my mouth let me down, like it so often does. I did get an A in that class, although I don't think I got a check mark that day for innovative use of lab materials, even though I damn well should have. You might find it interesting, or at least not too unbelievable, that I have been memorialized at Loyola University. You see, they had to rewrite lab procedures because of me. They had to insert a specific line saying, "Never put lab samples in never put lab samples in your mouth." All because of little old me. Now I imagine the generation of students who has come and gone since I left that program scratch their heads and wonder, who the fuck was it that that made them put this in? And I just want to walk into class one day and go, "Hey guys, you know that part about putting shit in your mouth? That was me." And then walking out. I know I'd be escorted off campus by armed guards and never be allowed back on the parking lot, much less campus itself. But I think it would be worth it. All right. Gain your composure. Hat. Okay, well, so ends another Anecdote Thursday. I hope you had at least partly as much fun as I did bringing this one to you. One of my favorites, to be sure. So thank you again for listening. I appreciate everyone coming by and taking a look at these videos. Check out the rest of the series. I'd like to get them a good bit of popularity. That'll help me keep it going. At any rate, be well, and as always, thank you for your attention.